Hello and welcome to Jazini Insights. Before I proceed, I want to thank my newest subscribers, my returning subscribers, and all of you who have stopped by on this station to comment, to like, or even share any parts of my videos. I do appreciate you. I don't know what else to thank you with, but just have in mind that I value you a lot. Thank you once again and welcome to this episode. Now, one of the things that have preoccupied us in recent time is the judgment of the case concerning Labour Party. Why we even got to this point where a party that Nigerians trusted to lead a viable opposition, the Labour Party, is having the problem it's having now is the fact that there are some elements who do not want the country to ever get back on its feet. People who do not want that opposition to work, and people who have become willing tools in the hands of smooth operators against the general good. And they launched this campaign to demonize the greatest opposition Nigeria has experienced in recent times. And the target is the face of that opposition, Peter Obi. They are not resting. We waited for the court judgment and the judgment came, even though the way the court packaged its statements made people to wonder why it cannot use simple explanations to forestall this kind of happening where a group of people who are adamantly working for destruction in the Labour Party are still having something to hold on to. That is my issue with that court judgment. But the judgment that granted victory to well-meaning members of the Labour Party, it's not going down well with the same people who are fighting that opposition. Let's not be deceived. There is a calculated attempt to discredit Obi. They've tried everything. Don't you think that if they find or if they have found anything tangible on this man, that he wouldn't even be where he is today? We won't be talking about him. They would have finished him off. But they've sought every means to discredit Obi. That is why the more they do, the more we see reasons to stand by this man. Not for any other sentiments, but because we have seen that once in our time, we have seen a politician that we can still say has a positive standing. Now, they are not resting. They are sponsoring all forms of campaign against Peter Obi. The judgment is not going down well with them. They saw that they are losing. They quickly switch and bring up their plan B, which is Apapa. Remember that before now, Apapa and Abure and Arabambi have been in one camp. All of a sudden, their papas will raise up with Arabambi going to that faction. Arabambi, who is saying he is secretary to Apapa, is talking from both sides of his mouth to say, I am for Abure, and now also for Apapa. How would you have two people on the hem of affairs same time? So Apapa being plan B is not also flying. They now start another one in the name of obedience. Now today I want to bring to your notice a campaign launched by one Piper, Michael Piper. He said he's the convener of Obedience for a Better Nigeria. Notice the spelling of the obedience. OBE. The real obedience movement is OBI. Now he said the Obedience for a Better Nigeria is a registered civil society organization that was registered since 2023. He also said it's a coalition of various civil society groups. He said that they unified to see that they have a country that works for everyone, and that they have been working with Labour Party, and that they worked with Labour Party and coordinated all the affairs of Labour Party across the 36 states of the Federation during the 2023 elections. He said they believed that Obi was the favorite out of Atiku, Tinubu, and the people that came out for 2023 election. Not that Obi is qualified, that he is the favorite. I want to say at this point that this man is not known to the obedient movement. They may have backdated any registration that they want to use to discredit obedient movement, because they feel obedient movement is the strong force behind Peter Obi. And they are coming at it from every angle, attack Peter Obi, infiltrate the obedient movement. And do you think they are working for a greater good? I don't think so. He first started by making it look like he means well. That they believed Labour Party and Peter won the election of 2023, which was hijacked from them. I didn't fail to notice the difficulty with which he said that. This man went ahead to say that after the judgment of the courts, that instead of Obi to talk things over with Abure, that he launched a rival group with Alex Oti and Nanadi Usman. His introduction started like he meant well. Then he started that if we think that they cannot take on Obi, that it's a lie. He now launched the attacks. Listen to the attacks. That Peter Obi has the tendency to destroy any political party that gives him space. Examples with PDP, ABGA, and now Labour Party. He called Obi a virus, an internal disease. He also said that Peter Obi had asked for one favor after the court judgment, and that favor was to send Abure packing. Abure, a man who has been in the party for decades, while Obi is just a few months old in the party. He called Obi a dog that bites the hands that feeds it. He also said that he's been begging Obi for the past 6 months not to destroy Labour Party. It's possible Obi doesn't even know him. It's very unfortunate that people like this are talking as if Obi is Labour Party. They should be engaging Labour Party and not Peter Obi. And he asked a question. You want Abure to return to Edo State to become an Okada rider, or buy keke to be running Ring Road? So Labour Party is a send forth gift for Abure. That Obi conspired with Alex Oti to form a rival party. Peter Obi a political traitor, politically naive and delusional. This man targeted the credibility of Obi and the popularity of Obi by saying that Peter Obi is not popular. At this point, I want to say that there is no person that is an obedient member, a member of the obedient movement, that will speak the way this man is speaking. That movement came out from the name of Obi. And you want to discredit the same name you say you bear? You should have come out straight to say who you are than hide under obedient. He said that Obi is not as popular as most people want him to be seen, that he is a beneficiary of the collective efforts of Nigerians who want good government. He said that Obi's only credential is Anambra State, and that if Obi governed Anambra well, that every Nigerian should have been in Anambra State. He went ahead to compare Anambra with Kaduna, Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and concluded that if they dash you Anambra and any of these states, which one will you take? This man went on a rampage to say that quoting statistics and data is not enough credential. He said that making promises based on party manifesto is not a credential. That he opined that every promises or statement Obi has made is the manifesto of the party and not Obi's generation. And he went ahead to say that if Obi will not submit to the leadership of Abure, that all the civil societies that worked with Labour Party will leave. That Peter Obi is working against the interest of Nigerians and a credible opposition by fighting Abure. He said Nigerians will not forgive Peter Obi if his group leaves Labour Party. This man went ahead to call Peter Obi a political prostitute, In his word, a political ashawo and a political olosho. This is somebody who says he's a member of Obedience Movement. He gave Peter Obi an ultimatum of 48 hours with Alex to reconsider their stance or risk being banished from Labour Party. Then he brought the card, the ethnic card, one of the things they like thriving on. First time they brought an Igbo man. In less than 2 years, he has destroyed Labour Party. He said that the Igbos are just good in counting money and they are not good politicians. They are good traders and naive politicians and politically naive. That they are good in transactions but bad politicians, and Obi is proving that. He also said that all the chairmen in Labour Party and their vices are loyal to Abure. He tried to berate a woman, Nanadi Usman. Listen to what he said.
This funny woman with a tongue-twisting name. You can't pronounce her name without Nadi. You know, we Nigerians never knew her.
This is the same treatment they are giving Natasha in the house. Why would he speak about this woman in this manner? Does he have to like her name? There are more difficult names. Even if the name is tongue-twisting, is that a fault? Is that a crime? He said that Abure just finished the tenure of a chairman that just died and now his own tenure just began. If Abure is just finishing the tenure of somebody who just died, wouldn't he submit to a fresh elections and be properly elected? Now, one of the things I will say is anybody that knows this piper during the elections, the campaigns and everything should please help us publish his pictures. I'm urging obedient members of Labour Party and well-meaning Nigerians, please help me search out Mr. Michael Piper during the campaigns, during the elections, and see him laboring for a better Nigeria at that time. I need him to be sought out so that we see his contributions. Publish his pictures then so that we can confirm what he's talking about. Because elements like him cannot hide under a good cause to be destroying like the virus he said someone is. I will also say that we won't be deceived. We can see through all the deceit. It doesn't matter if you casted PDP and called their umbrella a weapon, casted APC and called their broom a weapon that can destroy, and now say Labour Party is the only party that has a family logo. We won't also be deceived if you cast Abure and eulogize Labour Party. We won't be deceived when you cast PDP on Wike and say it's destroying PDP. After all, you also said it's Obi that destroyed PDP. I also think that this guy should have come out straight and tell us that he's walking straight from the pit of hell and from APC's camp. Because it doesn't matter if you say you're a member of Obedience Movement, and you people have tried everything to infiltrate the Labour, the Obedience Movement and discredit it because you feel it's the strength of Peter Obi. The deceit is glaring. Peter Obi is not Labour Party and he's not fighting Abure. We all know that Peter Obi is one of the simplest politicians we have ever met, an open-minded fellow that accommodates everybody and wants everyone's good. You have no right to banish Peter Obi from the Labour Party because you say they're a member of Obedience Movement and you're not coming in the capacity of Labour Party. If you're defending your Abure, you still do not have right to banish Peter Obi from the Labour Party. Haters like you can only come from APC and not from the Obedience Movement. We, the Nigerian people, we, the Obedience Movements, we have a very high regard for our principal, Peter Obi. We trust the leadership of the National Executive Council in Alex Oti, Nanadi Usman, Victor Ume, and the new leadership of the party that just got a victory from the courts. Your target is to destroy Obi, otherwise you should have faced Labour Party and not Peter Obi. I want to also say that you owe the Igbo people an apology for summarily diminishing them. And at this juncture, it is important to remind you that Abure cannot be compensated with Labour Party, something you call a price for loyalty. And the summary of the whole thing is your statement that Obi is a good man. Obedience Movement, Nigerians, watch out for every campaign against Peter Obi. Obi is not God. Obi has human inefficiencies. But we believe that he has honest intentions. And anybody, any campaign, any people trying to target him because of 2027, they have failed. And their mission is dead on arrival. The mission is dead on arrival. Obi will keep flying with wings of victory. The obedient movement will win. Nigeria will win. We will have good governance in our own time. And to you, Mr. Michael Peter Piper, keep piping. It will continuously be the sound of noise. It will continuously be noise.